Hello, you guys. I hope you guys are well. Yes, honey, this part of the video is very quick, straight to the point, and kind of, highlights the energy that I'm giving off, that I want to give off, that I want you to see, feel. Okay. So, you guys, we've talked about a lot of stuff over these years, right? We gave little, cues here and there. And throughout the years, many of you have asked about certain things, right? Like, I want to know about this. I want to know about that. Can you go into this? Can you go into that? And a lot of times, it's topics that I feel like YouTube is not ready to hear, especially now with what's going on. I've always been aware of AI. Like, y'all, let me tell you guys something. Just like lace fronts, they've barely started like making lace fronts available to the general public. Like what, 2007, 2008? It could have been a little bit before that, but lace fronts have been around for Hollywood and stuff at least since the 1940s, 1950s. It's been around for a very long time. And of course, I could be exaggerating that time frame, but it's been around for a very long time. And so the same thing with like AI, which is artificial intelligence, which is really the help of something like an assistance to humans, right? They call it artificial intelligence, but I really think that they're trying to call it like intelligence that assists. And of course, this is computing, data, right? Data is entered into a computer very much like Google or Ask Jeeves, right? You ask a question, and these search engines are able to compute information based off of data that has been, put into them, archived online, archived in person, or whatever. And so either way, AI has been a part of, our society for quite some time. And so going into like YouTube and Facebook and other platforms, including like your banks and all that, right? They have incorporated AI and, an assistant, of some sort. And so, and an Intel assistant, there you go. Intel assistant, right? And of course, AI is artificial intelligence, but of course, you guys, they like to switch it around. So, Intel assistant. And so, either way, you guys, there's been a lot. We talked about a lot going into like movies and TV shows. And I really don't get into discussing these things because I feel like the real information, a lot of people are not even ready for the real information when you're breaking down movies and definition of TV shows. I mean, like, and I always say, like, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind when people are out here with knowledge of what this movie meant or what spiritual aspects of this movie, was covering. I'm always like, well, why are they not applying it to their everyday life? Why are they not showing other people how to apply it to their everyday life? Why is it the same sob story that we've been hearing for hundreds and hundreds of years, but we're not really seeing any type of change? We're seeing subtle little changes, but it's usually changes that are happening only if it's beneficial to the counterparts. And of course, I don't need to get into what this is that I'm speaking of. If you know, you know. If you don't know, maybe you're not ready for that type of discussion. But that's what it has always been. It's beneficial of the counterparts. When it's beneficial to the counterparts, then it is something that is, a change is going to come. When it's not beneficial to the counterparts, then the opposites, and we're not going to say opposites because, you are them and they are you, but the counterparts, working in it together, left foot, right foot type of thing. They both they both are feet, but one is left, one is right. The same thing with, with everything else. One is straight, one is gay, one is white, one is black, one is this, one is that. One speak English, one don't. That's how it is. And so, y'all, there's just a lot with a lot. And so throughout the years, y'all, I told you I put together like classes. I put together like videos. There's times where I was like, I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to have a topic. I'm going to discuss this topic. And of course, something comes up and I'm like, well, maybe the people are not ready for that. Maybe my audience is not ready for that. Because I do feel like compared to a lot of other people, subscribers and stuff, I do feel like most of you all are, very advanced. I do feel like your intelligence are very, there. Your cellular memory, who you are, it's there. But we know that we're not the only ones that have access to these footages. And so I'm always mindful about what information I put out there because there's no such thing as a dumb question. But my response to certain things, people may feel some type of way. And like I said, they're ready for it, they're ready for it. They're not, they're not. And so either way, you guys, we talked about, we'll say in the past recent years, I asked you guys about topics. And, should we talk about the Azar? Should we talk about this and that? And people are like, you need to, jump on this, jump on that. I mean, even going into like the Beyond the Left Gate and, the Midnight Metanoia, y'all, there were some very interesting things that were coming up. And a lot of this stuff, like, really, I mean, it got really deep where I was like connecting people, placing things that are, not seen with the naked eye per se. And it was kind of like freaking me out because the shit was coming to me and I'm like, wait a minute. And so I'm doing my digging and bam. And sometimes I would hit a brick wall. Um, but then of course I would go, to the library. I would do other, search engines and stuff, and the things would come together. And I'll even tell Spirit, if this is the real information, this is not some type of energy trying to, distract me or to fool me, allow it to come up again, and it will. Either one of you or one of my sisters will, talk about something, and I'm like, oh, this is a sign from Spirit. Or I'll be out in public and someone will make a gesture to something. I'm like, wait a minute. And so, y'all, this class that I'm doing for the summer solstice, in I'm gonna do it twice. I feel like I'm gonna do it around the summer solstice, then I'm gonna do it again towards the ending of June because I feel like June is such a pivotal, powerful, apex month. Like you're at the top of the hill, and then you just start going down. And not saying it in a bad way, but January, February, March, you're going up this hill. Then when June come, you're starting to go down, and then July you're down a little further, then August a little further before you know it, the year is over. And so I feel like June is the perfect time for a lot of things, a lot of energies. If you're trying to ask questions to spiritually, you want to know your answers, June is the perfect time for that. Not to mention we also have the summer solstice. It's very symbolic, it's very powerful when it comes to the solstices. And solstices, that's a tongue twister for a lot of people. Solstices, okay? Solstices. And so it's a lot of energy. And I want to say this. I have so many notebooks with so many notes on it. And some of my notes are actually locked away in some storage units because, baby, the shit that has come up, the shit that has come out, I don't really want to share with the general public at this time. Maybe down the line we'll talk about it, but at this point I don't want to share with it. I don't want to, talk about it. And so there is things I do want to talk about because I'm seeing a lot of people, you guys in the spiritual community and the non-spiritual community, just I don't even know how to describe this energy, or I'm going to say depressive energy, very low vibrational, very defeated, right? The average Joe, the average Jane, they feel defeated, they feel powerless, they feel hopeless. Like, you guys, it's nothing sadder, or there's nothing more sad than seeing so-called spiritually inclined people being crippled by their own fears, being crippled by what has been pushed out there, right? The frequency. And of course, the frequencies are given in movies, is given in TV shows, is given in music, is given first and foremost on the news. And then secondly, platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. And so people who are weak in spirit, these frequencies will affect them a lot quicker than those who are strong in spirit. And those who are strong in spirit, you'll still be affected by these frequencies because they know how to hit it at the bottom, the top, and the high. They know how to hit the bottom note, the mid note, and the high note. Can we talk about it? They know all the octaves and stuff. So they know how to get people, even those who are highly favored and protected. They know what type of frequency to send to you to fuck you up on. I even say in the past 2 years, they were talking about the God frequency. Girl, that's been around. They've been knowing about that for a very long time. But now they have access to, with the help of AI and those who feed AI, which I won't get into, they have access to actually tapping into your higher self without you even knowing it and altering it. And even going deeper into like altering DNA and stuff, y'all, which like I said, that goes into a lot of stuff. It goes very deep. And so there is a lot that I'm seeing, and I tell you, I love people. I feel like my main purpose, of being here and to being able to even come on a platform like YouTube and to speak, throughout these years and to share with you my ideas and experiences, it's really to see people elevate. And for me, it doesn't matter about race, gender, sexual orientation, religious background. I feel like your energy is your energy. And when your energy is needing to be free, right? It's about freedom. It's about being liberated. It's about being yourself, awakening who you are, and by all means necessary, right? And we know that all things here are temporary. And so I like to see people win. And I feel like when you win, I win. When you're happy, I'm happy. When you're sad, I'm sad. And that's even if I know y'all don't know y'all. Y'all, I let me tell y'all the main reason why I started seeing a shrink or psychiatrist. I felt like my therapist and counselor was not really, giving me what I wanted. And then my psychologist, the same thing. I felt like, oh, girl, they're not tapping in. I feel like there's something missing. But I thought I was really losing my mind because I would get emotional when strangers talked about them losing their job, losing their house, losing their car, getting divorced. And in that moment, I'm not thinking about this is not my experience. I'm feeling as if it is my experience and I'm breaking down. Bitch, we're talking about girl, I've had embarrassing moments where wigs slipped off, lashes fell off, bitch, because I was so emotional. I was so distraught I was so overwhelmed with this energy that it got me together. And so I was like, I need to see a psychiatrist because I feel like I'm losing it. I feel like my mind gets into a state of when I'm dealing with people, I feel their energy, and I'm like, we know that is something spiritual. We know that energy is energy, but I'm like, we still have to have balance. We still have to have some type of you know tangible support because I tell y'all, even going into magic, science backs up magic. When people say there's no scientific evidence about blah, 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 I can give you the scientific evidence behind anything spiritual that I do, anything magical that I speak about. I can definitely give you scientific evidence. And I can even go into how they sugarcoat and they cover up and make it seem like it's something else when it's not that. And so either way, I had to like make sure I was okay. Because I was like, bitch, if it's my time to, be medicated and shut the fuck up, even at 21, 22, so be it. And so, of course, that was not the case. Of course, they call it being empathetic, and there was even another word that my psychiatrist called it at one point, where it was like you're even starting to emulate the person. And it's like a part of your brain where you're like, you want to emulate. So if they're sad, you want to be sad. But I'm like, no, collectively, that's how we are. We see happy people, we're happy. We see sad people, we become sad. And we see irritable people, we become irritable. And especially going into the babies have it right. Okay. Babies know when energies are fucked up and energies are off. And so either way, I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot. And I've learned how to get over a lot. I tell y'all, going into, being a drug free, alcohol free individual, all my years on this planet, of course, I've, drunk, liquor, tequila, Patron, beer, occasionally. That's not my thing, though. I don't do it every day. The last time I probably drunk anything alcoholic was probably 6 years ago. Okay. I don't do drugs of any sort. I don't pop pills. I don't know what it's like to be, on pain meds after I don't need them anymore. Even going into pain meds, I'm not even a fan of pain meds. There's natural remedies that I go about when I've had, surgical procedures or procedures done like dental work that was painful. And so either way, it worked. And so I feel like my experience and my knowledge and what I know about the esoteric world and the occult, okay, the occult information that's not given out but is given out. People are not even realizing how much information they receive every single day, and they're not utilizing information. Like people are, like I said, in a state of fear. People are in a state of depression. People are feeling like hopeless, powerless. There's people out here that say they do magic, but they don't feel protected, right? They feel like we're in a state of collective consciousness where Donald Trump does not like trans people or LGBT people, and so people are literally becoming more depressed. They're becoming more anxious. They're getting out their diet. They're eating bad. They're eating emotionally because they're afraid that maybe Karen might want to put their hands on them. Maybe their own mama and daddy might want to turn it back on them because, of course, that's the energy that we're in. And it's like, but baby, you have the power. You have the power, and your angels and your ancestors and the spirits that are with you, that's been with you throughout many, many lives, because there's a whole tea of them. And I told you we are going to do a video on that, but I'm saving the best for almost last. And this event that we're doing on the summer solstice, and of course, I put it on my post, and of course, you'll see a video on the blog spot no later than tomorrow. We're getting into a lot of secret stuff. We're getting into a lot of things that are going to, help you tap into your inner self and to master this energy out here. I'm going to also talk about, because of course I don't want to put too much information out there what we're doing, because you're going to have curious people trying to get in just to get information, see if they can do some shit. But we already got that taken care of too, girl, because like I said, we've been planning on this for almost a year. Can we talk about it? We've been planning on this for about a good year, girl. So we already set up and laid the tracks and laid the lines and did up what we had to do to set it out. And Spirit said, you're ready. You're ready to teach. You're ready to tap in, okay? And like I said, just there's a lot of stuff that's going on, and even going into people getting it all wrong. People with the current energy out there, very lightly, I'm going to discuss this. The energy that's going on right now with the head of the USA. People are thinking that it's a clown. It's a circus. You guys, I've been telling people since the beginning. People are talking about this man before he got in office. They've been talking about this man since last summer, probably even before then. And I respectfully, kindly blocked, removed, unfollowed a lot of people. Seriously. And there's really only one person who's into that I still do it, because I feel like there's still a baby in spirit. I feel like there's still a baby in nature. They're not really experienced with a lot of stuff. And so that maternal side of me is still like, okay, I'm going to still deal with them, because they're seeing it from a different perspective. I'm seeing it from, this side. They're seeing it from that side. And so either way, I knew what was going to come before it came. And I knew that Elon Musk was not going to be around for a very long time. And I knew that a lot of people who were put in place were facades. They were characters. They were non-valuable players. And some people played in my motherfucking face. And like I said, one person was exempt from playing in my face because, of course, I read for a living. I tap into energy. I know when things are not right. If spirit, and I always tell spirit, when something is not, when I'm getting into a dangerous zone and I'm in danger, like hit me. If that means me getting a tree falling on me, if that means a door getting shut in my motherfucking arm, like, let me know I'm getting into a dangerous place, right? And so, of course, when I'm thinking about stories and people are telling me things, I'm like, I'm not getting danger. I'm getting concerned. I'm not getting danger, though. And so either way, I knew what was to come. And I knew that even the picture is much bigger than what is out here, what's being said now, because that's what everybody's focused on. We don't care about our diet no more. We don't care about our family members no more. We don't check on our loved ones anymore. We don't care about our mental health. We don't care about our physical health. We don't care about our spiritual health. We're so hung over on the MAGAs. We're so hung over on the Democrats. We're so hung over who's Jewish, who's Christian. We're so hung over what is ICE going to be doing. Like, we're literally having a shutdown. Right? We had a physical shutdown in 2020 that happened for 4 years. And now we're getting into a spiritual and a mental shutdown. And we're seeing it in the car accidents. We're seeing it in a lot of stuff. Right? And even the idiots that we've seen do their shit. Firing people, letting people go. Hardworking people. People who went to school for finances. People who dedicated, sacrificed their whole motherfucking life with family and friends to go work at the motherfucking Pentagon. Clowns got in and did some nasty, distasteful that shit, because for what? Because they were characters. And because it's all coming to the light, because the time is coming. Big Spirit said, "You ready to talk about it? You ready to sit down and speak about some things and share with those who want to listen?" And that's part of the event. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, y'all. We're going to get into some very heavy rituals. We're going to get into some very simple things, but that are still very much powerful. We're going to get into the importance of your birthday. This is things that people look over, the date of your birthday, even the year of your birthday. We're going to get into the significance of that. We're going to get into how these things are used to keep you shut down, tied down, locked up, and really ultimately in your lower self. We're going to get into that. We're going to also get into how people have, like I said, have the enemies wrong the whole time. You've had the enemies wrong the whole time. The enemies have been right in your motherfucking face. They've been eating at your table. They've been sitting down next to you. They've been playing at your games. They've been at your recitals. They've been at your baby showers. You've had the enemies wrong the whole entire time. And you might think it's simple for the, oh, well, I knew that. My mama is this and that. Oh, it's deeper than that, babe. You've had the enemies wrong the whole entire time. And this is why, systematically, this is why, since the 1800s, there have been systems, there's been workings done to keep certain people out and some people in. And so you're so distraught. You know what they say, when when your emotions are not, you know, when you have emotional blockages, you can't function. You kind of develop like autistic, ADHD, schizophrenic behaviors. You have memory issues, dementia. You're like, wait a minute, I can't remember. The emotions are blocked. The emotional bodies have some type of issue. The receptors, the neurons, the transmitters, there's some type of blockage there. And like I said, the whole time you've been allowing, because they have to ask you for permission. You gave them permission. You do it every day. Every day, every interaction you have, every time you speak, you're giving them the rights. You're giving them access. You're allowing them to do what it is they want to do to you. Subscribing, clicking on, looking in, let me check out, let me go see. You have been setting yourself up all along. And it started with your ancestors. And because you're born into it, you don't know it. So we're going to get into that. Like I said, we're going to get into a lot of stuff, y'all. And a lot of stuff we're going to get into, you could definitely do your research on. You could definitely go into your local library and get some teas and learn about some teas and see things for what it really is and see how it's been a setup since the beginning. Okay? You'll see it's a setup since the beginning. And so that's what this event is going to be about. We're going to touch over some very interesting things, y'all. We're going to go into some very deep stuff. Protection is definitely needed. Protecting your mental, protecting your spiritual, protecting your physical is needed right now. I always get reminded, you guys, about how there's always the oppressor there. There's always spirits or spiritual energies waiting to devour you and shred you and take you up. And of course, if it's not your time, they will use your time on this planet to fuck you up. They will leave you crippled spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and mentally. And it's crazy. It's crazy. They will have you to where you can't sleep at night. And ultimately, this affects your digestive system. Ultimately, this affects your overall health. It affects your microbes. It affects your gut. It goes into your brain. All this is connected, right? Your digestive system, your immune system. It gets into all that. So it's important to protect. And like I said, regardless of what your religion is, regardless of what your racial background is, whatever it is that you're needing protection and strength to endure, this event is for you. I do want it to be a live event. And like I said, I will be doing it 2 different times. The information that's going to be given in this class, I feel, is very deep. It's very powerful. I always say it's life changing because it is. The information that is given is going to be applied for all areas of your life. You're going to remember this until your last breath on this planet. You're going to remember the information. And like I said, it's going to be very beneficial. It's going to be beneficial right here, right now, in this time, in this era that we're in. But it's going to always be beneficial, even for the times and the ages to come. There's so much going on energetically. And like I said, it's all about staying grounded, staying focused, prioritizing what's important to you. What's important to you? Overall, what's important to me is mental sanity. Overall. And of course, other things come into play. But without my mental sanity, there'll be no emotional balance. There would be no physical ability to do things. There'll be no love for others. There'll be no seeing of others. There'll be no being able to function. And so to me, that's the most important. So like I said, we're going to get into a lot of stuff. And like I said, I'll be putting on the blog spot. You also will be seeing a video, and we'll talk about it up until the point, up until the event. Also, I'm going to have it before for those who purchase the class before the 11th of June. I'm going to give you a bonus tea. And just in case you want to know what the bonus tea is, well, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert right now. The bonus tea is that people have been asking about the witches of Atlanta. They've been asking about the witches of Atlanta. Who are the witches of Atlanta? We've seen the TV show, The Spirits of Atlanta. We've seen other shows where other people, girl, they even people YouTube channels, girl, and we're not talking about those witches, girl. The ones who are, lower functioning, those are the ones who have YouTube channels, YouTube videos, you look up their, websites, and they're easily accessible to the public, right? The ones we're talking about, believe it or not, have many, many spiritual abilities. Their spiritual abilities supersede a lot of so-called witches, a lot of people's abilities. People are talking about they can walk through walls and shit. These people have confused a lot of people. I'm not going to get in and jump in and go into like shape shifting to that degree, but they do have the ability, and that's what we're going to go into this class. You have the ability too. Servitors and creating an avatar, they do have the ability to show up in different experiences, including people's dreams as a whole nother person, a whole nother energy. There was a story, and I'm going to actually share the story with y'all with footage and everything, of a person speaking about an experience that they had with one of these Atlanta witches. They actually thought they were being connected to in summons because, just like Prince is one person who was a very, mystical, mysterious entity. A lot of people had interaction with him, and he had certain things that he would do. And I won't get into that, right? Because, I won't get into that here. Maybe we could talk about that during the event. But people are talking about being summons, and there's a special way that, certain people connect to you. So this person thought they were really being connected to a certain frequency, and coming to find out it was not that frequency. They actually, suffered some really serious issues. They even had a mental breakdown. It took them like 3 years to get over this. They were like suicidal. They were diagnosed with a lot of, mental things because of the things they were experiencing spiritually. And because a lot of psychologists and doctors, they're physical, right? If you're like, I see this, I see this, I see this, I see that, and there's no tangible proof, they're like, bitch, you're crazy. And so they were trying to put them on meds, and even they were starting to feel like they were on, they were losing it. So they were willingly taking these meds, but it was really them being under spiritual attack by this certain entity. And this person wanted them because of their energy and their ability, and even going into a little side thing, which I'll talk about it here. I wasn't, but we're going to it. You guys, it's important to stay protected regardless of whatever you do. I love using Google.com as a search engine, but I learned to protect yourself from that energy because we know that the voice, right? And we even go over this in this event as well. the octaves and the tone and the range of your voice has the ability to create or to destroy things. And even going into the Bible, it says that the power of life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Life and death lies in the power of the tongue. The sound, it's not easy to speak, y'all. It's not easy to speak. The ability to be able to talk, the ability to be able to use sound and vibration and make it into words is a mastery. That is a skill. And those of you who've ever lost the ability to speak, those who had a stroke, those who had, some type of cognitive, um, accident that caused them to not be able to function um, normal, they could tell you, being able to speak, even those who are, who have speech impediments, those who have, auditorial issues like hard of hearing people and deaf people, they'll tell you it's not easy to speak. That is a masterful skill, right? That is a skill to have. Like I said, that's mastery, honey, right there. And so the voice have the ability to do so much. And this is how you're able to use people's voices to determine if they're good or bad, if they're a serial killer, if they're psycho, if they're good people. You're able to use the voice to determine who and what they are. And I've always said this. They have books and shit out there to teach you how to read voices and shit, y'all. And even going into body language. It's been around for a very long time. Going even into like forensic scientists, they call it something else, but they're able to, like a behavioralist, specialist, like a criminal behavioralist, like they're able to look at videos or hear audio recordings of criminals, and they're able to know what this criminal is up to and tell the story of this criminal. And so the voice is one of your powers. That's why even going into magic, everything's about shut up. Tranca la boca. It's always about shutting your mouth. Cállate la boca. Shutting your mouth, closing the mouth. Because there's power in the mouth, in the voice, in the words. So we got to be very protective of our voice. We got to be very protective of our frequencies and vibrations. And even when we're using Google, like I said, she's over here. She's on the phones. She's on the speakers over here. But trust when I tell you, she's bound down and shackled the fuck down. Mama's not using this frequency to do anything. She's not using this voice to do a fuck ass thing. Ain't gonna be no fake audio recording of a character using my voice to my exact tone to create things. Because bitch, we're protected from that. We know how to get it, just like she's assisting. We know how to shut her the fuck down. And that's the same thing with a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of things that are going on that people are feeling with Chat GPT. Chat this and that. It's helped them put together a whole paperwork, AI generator. Girl, these things have helped people graduate from school and shit. Put together a whole fucking speech on something like spectacular. Somebody talk about how they got a job promotion. And now there's even jobs that are using programs to know if you use ChatGPT and other AI generating, programs to, articulate and to generate speeches and shit. And at that point, girl, they're gonna fire your ass. And so it's amazing of the artificial or the Intel assistants and what he and she can do. But like I said, don't let them steal your identity. Don't let them tap into your aura, tap into your frequency, tap into your throat chakra, which ultimately opens you up. Because a lot of people don't know, we talk about spiritual entrances, right? The entrances for spirits to come into, and spirit entrances as well, the entrance of spirits, let's talk about it, hello, is through the throat. The throat is one of the entrance for a spirit to get in. And that is one of the major entrances, is the throat. When a spirit comes into the throat, they're able to literally open you up, split you up, and fuck you up. When there's a spiritual possession that enters through the throat, see, there's different types of possessions. There's different types of energies that enter the body. And you could tell based on how someone is interacting and how they're acting, if the spirits enter through the foot, the hands, the throat, the head, or another place which I won't mention. You could tell. But when a spirit enters through the throat, that throat chakra, it splits the person up. It gives the person a whole nother identity. When that energy is moving, that person is really not aware of what's going on. And there's times where you will have conversation with people and they'll be like, no, I don't remember that. And you just had the conversation yesterday. And they're like, no, I don't remember that. And y'all fighting about it. Like, no, you did. To where I said, bitch, I'm going to start recording conversation with certain people so that way we can play the replay. Hello. No shade. We need to play the replay, bitch. Because, baby, at that point, it's some tea with some tea with some tea. And if I need to use my selenite and my rose water, bitch, and my other tea that we got over here, our mandrake tea, hello, baby, we'll use that too. Okay, to shut down, to separate, and annihilate some motherfucking energy. Can we talk about it? Or is that a little too deep? And so either way, y'all, the summer solstice event is going to be amazing. We're going to be touching a lot of tea. We're going to be touching a lot of important tea. A lot of people are curious. A lot of people wanted to know. They wanted to see. They wanted to get access. If the movie The Sinners, if the movie, the TV show Love Country Craft, if stuff like that excites you, if stuff like that interests you, this summer solstice event you want to be a part of. We're going to get into some tea, y'all. When I say some tea, you're going to come out this event changed. I guarantee it, or I'll give you back your money. I guarantee it, or I'll give you back your money. 30 days money guarantee, what they say, 30 days back guarantee, money back. You're going to come out this event a whole nother person. And I will say this, there's so much that we're covering here. This is going to supersede any of the classes that I've done and that I have available right now. This is going to supersede any type of interaction we've had, any type of story time. You've hit me up for a reading, you hit me up for a natal reading, you want a past life reading. This is going to supersede that tea. You are not going to look at people the same. You are not going to look at society the same. You're not going to look at these systems the same. You're not going to look at the conductors. Oh, let's call it how it is. You're not going to look at the conductors the same. And if you want to know who the conductors are, you figure out who it is. We'll talk about that in the event, but you'll figure out who the conductors are. You're not going to look at things the same. You're going to also start to realize that everything has repeated itself. Everything has repeated itself. Y'all, let me tell you something that's amazing before I go, because I want to talk about that. And I'm gonna leave. I need to go eat, y'all. I had a very long day. I need to eat something right now. I got some pan-fried rice noodles, some Brussels sprouts, some cabbage, red and green, with some bell peppers, some orange chicken, some brown rice, and some shrimp. I put it in a little bowl, y'all. Got my little pepper mix going on, girl. We got us some arazout. You know, that's a Middle Eastern mixture of like turmeric. You know, there's a lot of tea, y'all. There's like 7 different herbs in it. So listen. And of course, my smoked paprika and stuff, y'all. Paprika is good for your eyes, girl. It has lutein and xanthan and shit in it. Anyway, we eat for healing. We don't eat for fun. Hello? You eat for fun, that's how you get sick. You eat for fun, that's how you get diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, get your legs amputated, girl, hello? Can we talk about it? Or is that a little too deep for y'all? This is you're eating for fun, and that's how you get that shit for fun. Play what they say, play. No, let me not say that one. Anyway, you guys, maybe I shouldn't even go into this, what I was going to say, right? Maybe I shouldn't even get into that. I feel like that's a little, you know, it's a, yeah, it's a little, you know, yeah, you know what? Maybe we should keep it cute. Maybe we should keep it cute. That's what it. We'll keep it cute, y'all. We'll keep it cute. Hey, leave my daughter alone. I knew you were down there doing something. Leave her alone. I knew you were down there doing something, young man. I knew you were down there doing something, Grandpa. Leave my daughter alone. Leave my motherfucking daughter alone, honey. Hello. Anyway, listen, y'all. We're gonna leave that where it's at. We will be coming back. We will be having discussions on some teas. I want to say shout out to you all. Shout out to my supporters. Shout out to my, suitors. Shout out to my fellow mystics, honey. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And of course, like I said, I'm always here. You can always send me an email. You can always, when I come live, come in and say hi, bye, whatever. And there we go. Keep it pushing. Also going into this too, y'all. I've also sent out emails and I'm practicing what I'm preaching to y'all. If I don't hear back from y'all within like let's say 3 or 4 days, I'm gonna like send you another email. I'm gonna reach out and just call you if I have your number. I've sent out emails. People have sent me emails over the past few months, and I've responded back, and I didn't get a response back. And some of these things dealt with casework. They send over money for casework. They send over money for class. They send over money for events, and I don't hear back from these people. And I'm like, girl, you sent over your money. What's going on? And even going into casework. Somebody was on some real serious shit because they were being gang stalked and harassed by some ninjas, some basic ass ninjas. You know what I mean? Basic ass ninjas, girl. Basic ass erroneous ninjas. Anywho, and so I was like, well, let's touch in, let's tap in, girl. And we took it to the waters, girl. We went down there to the river where people been pulled under and shit, girl. There's been drownings and stuff at this river and shit. So we took it down to the rivers, girl. And that's how we knew there was some spirits coming up because it was hot as fuck, girl. And we were down to that river, girl. And it was cold as ice. Even one of my sisters was like, "Ooh, it is freezing cold here." I'm like, "You feel those spirits, huh?" And so we took it to the waters to fuck these ninjas up, these basic ass ninjas. Because girl, they out here doing voodoo, hoodoo, goodoo. They already said that their ancestors, the mama, daddy, sister, auntie, uncle did witchcraft. The grandpa did witchcraft. The mama did witchcraft. The grandmother died, girl. She got fucked up in the spirit, girl. They had her crippled and shit. Girl, she was barking like a dog and shit. They said on her deathbed. Like, that's what they had people, that's what they were telling the people. But I said, Spirit, let me see what we up against. And Spirit said, nothing. Basic ass ninjas. Spirit said, wannabe witches. Wannabe sorcerers that got magic but can't get their rent paid, can't get their bills paid, can't get out of debt, always been foreclosed on type of ninjas. I said, excuse me? And Spirit said, let me show you. And so I'm seeing what's going on. And even going into like legal name changer shit that be taking place with the girls. And I was like, girl, ain't that something? Ain't that something, girl? Girls out here changing their legal names and shit, girl. I heard the fuck out of that, girl. I guess the transgender spirit is real. Ow! I don't know. But anyway, so y'all, I sent this girl back a message and I'm like, hey, everything's looking good. And I didn't get a motherfucking response. And something that I say, y'all, and I gotta learn, and I've learned this, and I gotta be very honest and respectful. There's only a few of you that can reach out and, out of nowhere. You can, call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, girl. You can blow me up on emails. You won't get read. That's only, I can count on 4 fingers. Because you reach out when you don't need something. You reach out when you need something. You reach out just to check on me. You send me love. You send me light. You send me energy. You send me love. You say, baby, we're in this together. And I appreciate that, baby. I appreciate that. Everybody get their validation on other things. My validation is showing that my people, that the love I give is returned back and it's real. Because if I'm giving out the love and you're giving it back to me, that means it's real. And that's what I need validation in. But when you reach out to me only when you need something, when you reach out to me, and of course that's the business, I understand that. But don't call me your sis. Come on in here. Don't call me your sis. I thought I was the only one that felt that way. No, baby, I'm serious. Don't call me your sis. Baby, if you only reach out to me when you need something, and when you need something, you pay for it probably. It's business. Yes, it's a business. It's a transaction. It's business only, then, babe. That's fine. You can't blow me up. It's business only. You want me to call you at 3 o'clock in the morning? You paying a 3 o'clock in the morning price for me to call you. You need me to text you out the blue? You're paying a text out the blue type of fee for me to call and text. Because, girl, that's called parasitic. That's called using energy. And you're not going to use and abuse me. You can use me, but you're not going to abuse me. You can use me for a fee. Hello. You can send over a fee and you can use the hell out of me. Hello. That should be my slogan. You can send over a fee and use the hell out of me. Can we all say that? You could send over a fee and use the hell out of me. But baby, like I said, if you're not If you're only going to hit me up for business, that's where it's going to be. Don't call me sis. Don't call me sis, respectfully. Call me Mystic Persia, Madam Merkaba, respectfully. Because, baby, you're not checking to see how I'm doing. You're not saying, hey, how you doing? Are you feeling good? Are you looking good? What's going on? You're not checking on me. And I'm saying I have to be checked on. I want to say that because I got family and friends. I got sisters that check on me. So I just want to let that be known. I don't need nobody to check on me. But it feels good to be loved. It feels good to be shown appreciation. It feels good to be seen and not always motherfucking hurt. It feels good. So I just want to let it be known. If you're only checking on me when you need something, keep it that way. Don't call me. I need you to call me. Consultation fee. Go to send it all over. That's how it's going to be. That's how it's been for the past few years. And I make this clear for people personally. I know, baby, I have selective memory. Baby, if I haven't heard from you or seen you in 6 months, I really don't know you. I don't know who you are, girl. You need to refresh my memory. We need to become reacquainted. Hi, how are you? I'm good. I'm Madam Berkova. Who are you? Yeah, nice to meet you. Hello. Yeah. That's where it is for me. Baby, we can't go back 5, 6, 7, 8 years, girl. Oh, I got a reading done with you back in 2019. I don't remember that. I remember that, boo-boo. I've done a lot of reading since then. I remember what happened in 2019, 2018. Hopefully you wrote it down. But like I said, we don't know each other, sis. I'm not the same person in 2019 as I am today. I'm not the same person, honey. This is a whole nother entity and energy over here. Hello? And so that's where it's at. I sent over emails. I didn't get emails back. And I just said, God damn. So is this you're not getting the emails and you're not responding? If that is, I apologize. I don't apologize for what I said. I apologize for coming at you with that type of energy like that. But if you see the messages and you're not, your intention not responding because you got what you got, hey, you paid for it. That's fine too, girl. You don't got to respond back to those messages. You pay for the services. The services were performed. That's all that matters. You got the pictures, you got the video, you got the proof that something was performed, and that's all that matters. But like I said, honey, let's keep it that way. Okay. You don't gotta work, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great in this moment. I mean, even if I'm not, girl, we business. I ain't about to tell you I'm not doing good. Fuck what I look like, girl. I'm not about to say I'm not doing too good. I'll say that for my spirits. Hello! And that's where I'm at with that. And so, like I said, I'll be checking my emails, y'all. For those of you, by the way, who signed up for the Fast Money Ritual and you signed up for that and I gave you the 40 days of protection, you're going to be hearing from me, honey. It's been a good week. It's been a good week, right? It's been a little over a week. You're going to be hearing from me no later than Friday. Okay. We need some updates. We need to show you how to get down. Make sure you're staying on it. And remember, I'm doing the rituals on my end. I just need you to be in tune with the energy. I need you to align with what we're doing. I need to make sure that you're minding your business. I need to make sure that you're keeping your energy safe. Just because if somebody got on the news right now, and I just want to stress and stretch this out to you all. Okay? I want to just get you to understand this. If they hop up on the news right now and they say Donald Trump is banning all 5'2", large boned, top heavy women from crossing the street that starts with an A, I'm gonna need y'all to mind y'all motherfucking business, even that doesn't match your description, because that does not pertain to you. That's the mundane world that they're speaking to. Those are the sub-current energy. They're not speaking to you. They're speaking to that type of energy. I need you to mind your motherfucking business. If collectively they say, we're coming for all of the colored folks and you're colored, mind your motherfucking business. They're not talking to you. They're talking to the subcurrent colored people. They're not talking to you, baby. Okay? Trust when I tell you that. I need you to calm yourself down, relax, okay, and understand they're not talking to you. They're speaking about the mundane. Even though you're operating mundane, baby, you're in a different type of league. These things do not apply to you. Something happened a couple of, weeks ago. Maybe it's been a couple of months. I don't know. Times have passed. And one person was like, I'm so concerned for your type of people because they passing all these laws and they banning a lot of stuff. And I said, oh really? I said, well, I don't gotta worry about it because I'm a woman. I'm a woman's woman. You know what I mean? Like I'm a woman documented, I'm a woman undocumented, I'm a woman officially, unofficially, girl. You know what I mean? And so they were like, well, I mean, they're coming for all the woman's, and the woman, sometimes women's as well. They come for the women, the woman's women, and they're also coming for the sometimes woman too. And I say, really? So I'm seeing the information and I'm like, well, it's not over here where I'm at. And they're like, yeah, but it's over here. And I'm like, oh, that's not too far from me. So then, Spirit is like, girl, mind your business. And I was like, but no, Spirit. Spirit said, mind your business. And this time I knew it was really Spirit and my spirit's talking to me because they said, girl, mind your fucking business. And it sounded like me saying it. So I was like, what the fuck? I had to jump back from it. I was like, okay, Spirit ain't playing. And so sure enough, I handled my business. And when I went into these, people, places they had on my business, they were like, oh yeah, you're good to go. And I said, really? I'm good to go. And they said, you're good to go. And I said, are you sure? Can I get a supervisor to double check everything? It doesn't sound. And they're like, you're good to go. And I said, no, I need another supervisor because, and then of course, Spirit is like, girl, then I say, mind your fucking business. So at this point I said, girl, I'm driving these people nuts. They're about to call the police on me. Because I'm asking for supervisor, head of the household, head of the business. I'm asking for back office, corporate office, the higher ups. Girl, they were like, oh, they don't talk to people. Excuse me? Oh, they only talk to you if you get a lawyer. Oh, what? Anyway, so that's in that moment, y'all. It dawned on me. Well, I said, mind your business. Mind your fucking business. Mind your business. Girl, mind your business. Does not pertain to you. That does not pertain to you, girl. If somebody is out here saying that, listen, that does not pertain to you. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business, honey. They weren't about the transgenders using the woman's restroom. You go look at the shit, you're like, listen, honey, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business, hon. You go do your thing and that's it. Mind your business, hon. Girl, it is what it is. Girl, mind your business. And that's the word. That's the key word. Mind your business. The key word. Well, they said mind your business. Well, they don't really offer it up to black, but mind your business. Well, they don't really sit for mind your business. Because my experience have always been, I mind my business, I go in and I don't have the interaction. And they'll be like, well, are you sure? Because there was a short-haired lady with red hair and glasses, and she didn't really see it for me. And I'm like, that's kind of odd, because that was the lady that helped me out. And they're like, no, it wasn't. I was like, honey, is her name Barbara? And they're like, yeah, but there could be multiple Barbaras. Well, listen, let's go in there together. You stay outside, and I'll walk up to the lady who helped me. And then they gag her. Oh, she was the one that helped me. So why didn't she see it for me? Listen, I mind my business, hon. I don't do my rituals for just nothing, girl. I don't waste my time just to, I don't just do shit to do shit. But that applied to you, mundane people, you layman's people who do layman type of work, those who don't put your trust into spirit. That applies to you. That don't apply to me, girl. And I don't think I'm better than you. I just know I work in the spirit. And that's what it comes down to. These rules apply to the layman's, honey, because the spirit is what's sovereign. Hello. That's what that's where it counts at. Bitch, play the games if you want to. They ain't playing with me, girl. They're playing with you because that's how you live and operate. You live in the mundane. You operate in the mundane. I don't. I live in the mundane, but I operate in the mundane. Hello. I'm here for a reason, for a purpose, and that's what it's about. And so anyway, I know I talk about a lot. I know, got some people like, what? Huh? We sticking tongue out, tapping their head. Girl, their mind probably somewhere else. Or else. Some people probably thinking about, what am I going to have for lunch tomorrow? What am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to? Yes, I know. We know. And so anyway, that's what I leave y'all with. Stay tuned. The next time I come, you'll see a mini little commercial for this big, big, big event. And trust when I tell you this, honey, things that we're talking about, people are not doing classes and people are not talking about it. People are acting like they're tapped in and shit. I mean, girl, you had a girl out here talking about she was boule and shit on welfare. Can someone please, and I'm not even cutting in. I really want the people to answer me. Please answer me, people out there. Anybody know anything about the boule? or any type of fraternity? If anybody who went to college and graduated, would your sorority sisters and brothers allow you to struggle financially? And this is if you're just a regular sorority sister, right? So imagine being in something that is like, girl, like golden, like they have a golden image about them. Are they gonna allow you to be on welfare and food stamps? Are they gonna allow you to be a single mother? Your stories would be, my sorority sister stepped in and helped me. My sorority brothers, my fraternity brothers and sisters, fraternity, not paternity. Oh my God. Fraternity brothers and sisters, brothers stepped in and assisted me. And they said, no rock will be left unturned. So they stepped in and was the father figure to your children. Like, can anyone please verify this with me? Because, bitch, I like to say, I be really thinking that I'm just like, girl, just not tapped in. I be feeling like I really just, like, girl, like I'm floating in space and shit. I'm in a whole nother motherfucking dimension. Like I'm in the fucking 20th dimension or something. Because I'm just like, girl, make it make sense for me. Make it make sense for me. And I'm always down to have a debate. I'm always down to have an educational read. I'm always down to learn something. I'm always down to have a real conversation with real people. I'm an adult. I'm a mature adult. I love to have mature conversations with other mature people. But I'm like, I be seeing shit where I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not a part of no fraternity. I'm not a part of no sorority in that sense. I didn't go to college and join these frats and these sororities. I'm in a whole nother type of energy. And I know when I needed something, because that could have been my story, they stepped in and they assisted. They had my back. They said, if you win, I win. You lose, I lose. You represent me and I represent you. So I cannot let you go out like that, sister. Can we talk about it? And so when you're out here saying you're a part of a boule or you're a part of the boule, but yeah, you're talking about your welfare stories and your single parental stories and how your baby father disrespected you. So your sorority and fraternity boule brothers didn't come in and check this ninja? Because, baby, that's how it is for me. Girl, even on the internet, when people be trying to get saucy and dicey with me, my people be like, do you need me to check them? And I'm like, no, this might look like something serious. Baby, I'm not listening. No, I don't need you to check nobody. The spirit will check their ass. But baby, they be down to jump in. You need. So I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, you're a part of you're the boule. Bitch, fuck a sorority or a fraternity. You're part of the boule, sister. And you're telling me that they let you be a single parent without proper guidance for your children. They allow you to get on welfare. And they also let your baby daddy disrespect you, put his hands on you, and you have to turn to the roots. Like, girl, make it make sense. Either you're a liar or you're a liar. Either you're lying about being the boule or you're lying about your whole fucking life story. Because see, that'd be another thing too. I think that's like schizophrenia when people make up, hey, Google, is there a mental issue where people will make up fake stories about their lives? It's a delusional disorder. I'm sure they call it something else, but it's a delusional disorder. So I'm like, this is what it is. Either you're delusional, you're a liar, or you're some type of sociopath. Because, baby, you're not convincing me. Like I said, going into my family, going into where I come from and how I do what I do, my mother was low income, but she was never on welfare. I was not a welfare baby. My mother was definitely a woman who struggled, but she was not a welfare. And I'm not saying this because I'm better than you. I'm just talking about where, the connections of me and my motherfucking bloodline. Can we talk about it? And how my ancestors set us up. And so this is a bloodline. This is a lineage. This is a privilege. And when they know that you're gifted, other organizations will try to step in because they feel like in the back of their mind, your ancestors said a good example is that they will not deal with a descendant who has babies out of the wedlock. So then these fraternities, other fraternities will seek out you And they'll say, let me help you because your organization frowned upon it, but let me help you. Or let's say, for example, your lineage was like, we don't condone homosexuality or transsexuality and openness about it. So these other organizations, they are aware of your homosexual or transsexuality. So they come in, they want to help you because they want to use your gifts and your abilities. They want to cross and contaminate that bloodline. Can we talk about it for a quick second? Hello? Can we talk about it? Is that too deep? And so, like I said, when you need something, and I can make phone calls right now of people who are in fraternities and sororities or organizations like the Boule. I can ask them right now, when your rent needs to be paid and you don't got the money because they cut your hours, do your fraternity step in and cover that rent for you? When you need baby diapers, when you need baby formula, when you need a wheelchair, when you need a crib, when you need a stroller, what organization has helped you to gain these things? And they either help you by giving you an item like that, or they give you the money to buy it. And that's what it has come down to. So I'm really looking at these so-called spiritually conscious and awakened people who'll be alleging that they're connected to organizations. And I'm like, girl, and you struggled your whole life? You're connected to these organizations and these magical abilities, but you like make it make sense. And then you come out as if you're better than everybody else, but your story is just like their story. How are you exposing people that have the same story as you? How are you out here doing an expose on Black women, Hispanic women, Asian women, and even white women? Because they don't discriminate. They're a woman who hates on other women. How you have a story for these women and their life and how miserable their life is, but your story is the exact same story. You're a single mother. You are struggling. You are on welfare. You may not have been in jail. The only thing that saved you from that is that you realize that, you might be crazy, but you're not stupid. Or you might be stupid, but you ain't crazy. You knew if you went to jail, your babies was going to be put into the system and you didn't want that because you heard stories, situations. So you got that right. But on the flip side, baby, they would have stepped in and showed out. Because that's what it's about. It's a sisterhood for life. It's a brotherhood for life. Bitch, in with the old, out with the new. Okay? And I said it right. In with the old, out with the new. If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, baby, let's say you're not ready for that type of discussion. Those who didn't catch that will be the same ones that say, I'm a part of Boule, but yet the Boule haven't done shit for them. And maybe nowadays you're acting like the Boule's doing shit. Oh, girl, you don't just get initiated to the Boule when you hit 40. That's not how that works, babe. You don't just say, oh, I think I want to be a part of it, and you're in it. And that's the case, sister. You're paying a large contribution. You're paying a large tribute. Because right here, right now, I told y'all the organizations I was a part of, and I got my information, my knowledge through sponsorship. I didn't have to pay out of pocket. Girls, I'm be honest with you, I want to be able to afford that, and I want to pay it anyway, even if I had it. No shade. Beautiful information, a lot of valuable information. You learn a lot about a lot. But girl, but I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, I know someone who is like 30-something years old right now, and they wanted to be initiated into one of these organizations. And of course, I was like, well, you know what? Let me see if I can connect them, with someone. And of course, they're talking. And of course, I kind of got a reading session. They kind of read me down a little bit, and I'm saying they read me in a way of learning something. And they were saying, well, because this person, is kind of tainted in their experiences and, their thoughts, we got to change those old thought patterns and behaviors. It's going to cost a little more. So I'm thinking that, the things are still, you pay a 10K and then for each whatever, we're just going to say module, it's, anywhere from 3K, on up, of course, when you come back, there's levels to it. There's a little more, the higher up you go, whatever. And that's how these people end up being, top of the line, they got it, they're making, $1 million a year, whatever, they got it. They have it to put back in, to the system. But I'm telling him this is what it is. And he finds out that it's not. And then he's like, well, she told me. And they're like, wait a minute, the fuck? Bitch, an honorary sister told you? What? So like I said, they gave me a little reading session and I said, baby, no, 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 no. At maybe 15, 16, maybe 18, if it was a lineage thing, like his mama and daddy was putting him in some type of like whatever, yeah, baby, of course, 6K, 3K, 10K. But because we have to really do an in-depth situation, in-depth, TTT, I won't get into that. And because we know there's going to be some resistance there, oh baby, yeah, it's going to be a little more than that. And of course, this man got it. He got it, honey. I mean, girl, you can blow money on trips to Dubai and trips to fucking Myanmar and shit, girl. You could blow money and girl have fun. And today you bought this car, the next day you don't like that car, then oh girl, you got it. You got it, honey. You got it, girl. Better yet, yeah, charge him, girl. Charge him 50K and give me 5K. No, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop, honey. Give me 5K each module, honey, because I connected him. Okay, hello. I did y'all a favor a little bit. Give me 5K at that. Anyway, and that'd be nothing too. People need to shut the fuck up. Girl, mind your business, shut up. Mind your business, shut up, girl. We don't give a fuck if you boule or not. We don't give a fuck about that, girl, if you're boule or not, girl. You're boule, you're struggly boule. That's okay. You're struggly boule, respectfully. Struggly boule. Be a struggle boule, bitch. That's your tea. Oule boule. Well, if they can, you know. Be shit too. Be bum too. Girl, Sour Patch, what they say, one bad apple spoiled a bunch. That's the old saying that came. Ooh, girl, that's an interesting saying too. Girl, that's where that came from. Girl, struggly. And that'd be another thing too, where I be telling people as well. Girl, if you gonna play with the big girls and the big boys and you feel like you doing it because maybe you got 20,000 views on YouTube. I don't know. That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit, girl. How's your personal life? How's your credit? How's your relationship with your parents? Like, girl, what really matters? If you have kids or you're spending time with your kids, fuck the followers. Honey, respectfully. Honey, you're not spending time with people and things that matter because time is always in. That shit does not matter. There's people that had 1 million followers and still in debt. Girl, I told y'all there was YouTubers, girl, out there back in the day, girl, and that'd be another trifling ass thing too, girl, because back then I would hit some of the people and be like, hey, do you want to mentor me? Do you want to cheat? Oh, honey, Girl, how many followers you got? Oh, 3,000? Oh, hell no. Oh, no. Girl, they thought they were doing the do. They thought they were doing their thing, girl. They did their big one on me, honey, huh? And now, girl, they filed bankruptcy and shit. Ain't got no money. Got GoFundMe's begging for cash apps. I thought you were making all this money through your book sales. I thought you were making all this money through your YouTube channel. I thought your views were, I thought you were getting sponsorships and endorsements. What happened? What happened, girl? And you live in the South too. What happened to that money? I'm just curious to know what happened. What happened? Is that laugh catching or is that it was all fake? What is it really giving, sis? Is it giving laugh catches or is it giving that your whole life was fake? And that would eat me up on the inside, girl. I would really be seeing a therapist, psychologist, girl, to have a facade that I'm living one way and I'm really not. Like, that would really fuck me up mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And so, anyway, that's what I leave y'all with, honey. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other, honey. Come on in here, Rasta. The workshop sounds extremely important for the world today. It definitely be very important, Rasta. How are you doing? I hope you're aware, Rasta Riley. It will be very important. And you said it's a workshop. Very important, very much, health conscious, going into how to maneuver, how to, get in and get out, with protection, how to level up. If you're told no, how to get told yes, how to alter and bend your reality, how to be black but not have your blackness used against you, how to be trans but not have your transness used against you. And even the people around you will benefit from it because they won't get their teeth clocked. They won't get their disrespectful, even though they're clockable, even if their tease is readable for whatever reason, however it is. Maybe they want it to be clockable or readable, but they will still get respect. They will still get abundance because that is you. And because they're with you, they get that energy. And that's what it comes down to. So, how to maneuver through the world in your energy and let everyone see your energy for what it is. Because you cannot change the energy. You can change the avatar. You can change the purpose. You can change the mission, but you cannot change that energy. Those who have eyes to see and ears to hear and eyes, ears to hear and eyes to see and mouths to speak, they see it. They know something is fishy with that energy. They know it. When the energy is pure, regardless of what has been presented, they're going to address the energy that's being presented. They're going to adjust the pure energy, regardless of, oh, well, I know what it is, but I'm going to be respectful. That's what it comes down to. And so that's where we're getting into. We're getting into becoming who you are, regardless of how dark this world seems, how to let your light shine. And that's another thing too, y'all. And I'm thinking about it very, very much. We've been talking about eclipses a lot, and a lot of these eclipses have been, it haven't happened in 340 years, y'all. We have several eclipses every year. A lunar eclipse, a total eclipse, a partial eclipse, whatever. We have it frequently. And so I feel like the eclipse are symbolic for us blocking out important information, us blocking out the frequencies and the vibrations of our ancestors. And we've really blocked out. And the reason why total eclipses are so important and we address them is because when a total eclipse have happened, a partial eclipse, you haven't completely blocked out the frequency, the vibrations, then, the codes. But when a total eclipse have happened, a complete darkness has happened, and you've completely blocked out the frequency, the vibrations, the codings, and the downloads that you need from your ancestors. And so that happens phenomenally, and that fucks us up. And of course, going into the sense of us having a total eclipse, it's intentional. We have allowed places and things to block out these energies. We have allowed people to step in the way and to block it out for us. And we've blocked out the sun in these total eclipses. And it's like, wow, look what we've done. Look what we've done. A total eclipse. This reminded me of a song right now. This is giving me a song of a song. A total eclipse has just begun. We've blocked out the sun. I can't believe what we've come to. Oh, God is headlining this. Anyway, so yes, y'all, listen. It's time for us to level up. Y'all tired of hearing shit that doesn't really matter, shit that's not leveling you up. People got all the fucking stories. Yeah, we're not seeing no change collectively. If you're sick of that, this workshop is going to be for you. If you're like, listen, I know about money rituals, I know about protection rituals, I know about love rituals, but I'm not getting the love. I'm not getting the money. I'm not getting the protection. This workshop is for you. And I tell y'all, I'm putting my image on the line. I'm putting my name on the line. You can reach me, email, all that. Bitch, all this is here. We're still going to be here. Hello. I stand behind what I do. I stand behind what we're going to be talking about in this workshop. And like I said, it's going to benefit a lot of people collectively. And everyone is not meant. What they say, you can't save everybody. Some people don't want to be saved. Some people don't want to be saved. They want to stay in the struggle. They want to stay in the matrix. They want to stay a part of. They want to let drug addicts and alcoholics teach them the way. They become spiritually in tune when they're drunk or they're high. They want to let those be their leaders. Go ahead, sis. That's your business, not mine. That's insecurity. People who are insecure with themselves, they tend to be alcoholics. They tend to be drug addicts. It's to numb something within them. And then they feel like they can conquer the world because they gave them the courage, because their real stuff has shut down and now this energy is taken over. So you want insecure, weak people teaching and guiding? That's your business. Baby, leave her alone. Leave her alone. I stand comfortably with security and balance in everything I say and do. Baby, there's no taking back. Oh, I was drunk when I said that. Oh, I was high when I said that. No, bitch, I said it when I was aware. I was aware that I said it. Yeah. I taught you that when I was aware. Yeah, I was able to tap into that energy consciously, not unconsciously. Not, I'm speaking because I'm high. Yeah, I don't know what's coming through to guide me when I'm in that state. Hello. We're not that girl. We're in complete control over what's being directed, what energy is coming through, what energy is being shared. And that's important. What energy are you entertaining? Are you dealing with a secure spirit or insecure spirit? Are you dealing with a spirit who doesn't know his or her purpose? Because those are the ones that are getting high and giving y'all that type of, oh, you got to get high, ganja magic and shit. Yeah, that's weak. That's insecurity. That's not knowing. That's unsure. That's uncertainty. That's you being unsure of yourself. So you need this weed, and it's alcohol, to make you sure, to give you certainty. Like I said, that doesn't get you nowhere, babe. And that's what we're seeing. Because a lot of them, that's what they do, girl. The orange pill, the red pill, the blue pill, the white pill. Yeah. That's what everybody's getting fed. The liquor, the vodka, the wine rituals, the tobacco rituals. And then you wonder why collectively we're not doing that. We're not going nowhere. I'm sick of it. And I think some of y'all are sick of it as well. Honey, you ready to see some change within yourself. And like I said, mind your business. Everybody can't fit through the hole. Girl, everybody can't fit through. Some people want to stay behind. Some people want to stay behind, girl. Everybody don't follow the directions. Everybody got the same directions, the same instructions, but some people don't want to follow them. You got to let those people be where they're at. You're going to be okay. They may not be, but you're going to be okay. And that's what it comes down to. You're going to be okay. Those who are close to you are going to be okay. Okay. So anyway, that's it, you all. Okay. Come on, Debbie. Okay, girl, I know that song. Come on. You know the song. Come on, honey. The power of conscious intuition can separate the true match from those who can be susceptible to demons shuffling, playing cards. You said it. You said it. You said it. Yeah. You said it. You said it. And that was another thing, too. Let me tell you something. To read tarot, and now they're considered one of the best of the best tarot readers. Allegedly, they're tarot readers to celebrities. And I'm like, well, they've always been spiritually inclined. They were distracted by their drug usage. They became addicted to drugs, and these drugs made them feel like they were weaker than whatever trauma they dealt with that caused them to be on the drugs, made them feel like they were weak then, and they were not worthy of their gifts. And so they used tarot as a gateway to actually become aware of their own intuition. When you are a tarot reader, when you are a playing card reader, when you are able to read, period, the bottom line is you are an interpreter. And the number one thing you are interpreting is energy. That is the real gift. Top of the line tarot readers are not gifted because they know tarot. They're gifted because they know energy. They know what it feels like. When these energies come up, they're able to feel what the energy that's coming up attached to this reading. And that's how they're able to give you a yes or no answer or a question. And so the same thing with anything, right? I'm experienced, right? I have energies or intelligences that have followed me throughout my years of living, which is called cellular memory. And whether I can consciously pull up these memories are attached to my essence throughout my entire existence. The incarnations I've had, the lifetimes I've had, they have carried me through. And so through wisdom, I have acquired knowledge, right? Wisdom is knowledge or experience that gave you knowledge, and you learn from these experiences. So now you become wiser. I have gained wisdom through these experiences, so I know what these energies feel like. And it's not me assuming, it's not me guessing, because like I said, I don't gotta be pregnant to know what pregnancy is like. I don't gotta lose a mother to know what losing a mother feels like, because I know that energy. I've been around people who lost their mother. I've comforted people who lost their mother. So I know what that energy feels like. And regardless of how the energy has unfolded, it feels the same exact way. Whether it's a man, a woman, a gay, a straight, a Muslim, a Christian, it feels the same way. The loss of a mother feels the exact same way. That energy feels the exact same way. And so because I know that energy, when I'm giving you a reading and you're asking questions about your mother, I know what that energy feels like. And so I can give you an accurate reading because the energy, I know energy. And so that's what it comes down to. It comes down to you being intelligent and being able to tap into this intelligence. And by the way, alcohol and drugs does not allow you to tap into any type of intelligence. It does not allow you to tap in. And like I said, I'm willing to stand corrected and I'm willing to be educated. Alcohol and drugs inebriate you. It causes you to be toxic in one way or another. It creates holes in your energetic field, which allows your energies to seep out. And when there's an empty space, energy has to go in. This is why we burn Palo Santo with sage, or we burn sage with cinnamon, or we burn sage with pepper, or we burn sage with Hyjon root, whatever the case, because sage clears out and we need to bring that back in. And so this is what it comes down to. People are not getting accurate tea, and they're actually getting spiritual attachments from people who read. When they're not reading energy accurately or intelligently, they're kind of just tapping in and they're going with the flow. And a lot of times it'd be low vibrational, it'd be demonic, because they're parasitic by nature. They're vampiric by nature. They know what that energy feel like because they've latched onto other people's energy that felt the same way. And they pull. So that's why you look at a lot of people that be getting high, be getting drunk, and mark my word. And I'm really gonna be done. Mark my word. People who get high and get drunk and they be out here giving y'all readings and shit, they have the saddest life story. Tell me I'm lying. They have the saddest life story. They'll sit here and talk about how I was abused, I was slapped, my mom and daddy, Medusa, I was adopted, I was put out my house, I was kicked out, I was in and out of homeless shelter. When I was a teenager, I was in and out of foster. Like, they have the saddest story. So when they're out here tapping into these energies, it's almost like an envious jealousy energy that shows up, because they can only know what they've been around. They don't know what love feels like. They don't know what true love and true understanding feel like. So when they're tapping into that energy, yes, they're tapping in and saying, oh yeah, I see you marrying this man 3 or 4 months down the line, and they're head on. But it's like they pull something from you to give you that. And of course, there's a series of things that go down the line. People have told me, y'all, and like I said, I'm willing to stand corrected, but they've gotten readings done by people who get high, people get drunk, people that be on the psych meds and shit, schizophrenic, and on their Zoloft, Proloft and shit. They've said, I got a reading for this person, and within a week of me getting a reading, bad things started happening to me. I started having nightmares. I started having physical, and I'm like, I'm telling you, these people are not tapping in a sense of, I know this energy, let me give you energy. Let me feed into you. They know this energy, they're tapping into this energy, but they're taking from you and they're putting in you their misery. They're putting in you their insecurity. They're putting in you their dysfunction energy. And it's why they have to give you a reading when they were high or drunk. That's dysfunctional. There's nothing functional, morally ethical, morally correct, okay, positive, uplifting about me tapping into your energy. And I can't even focus. Weed doesn't help you focus. Alcohol doesn't help you focus, girl. That's bullshit. Anybody ever said that, girl, you're a liar. And bitch, send me an email, give me a number, I'll call you and I'll tell you, bitch, you're a liar. You're a liar, honey. The enemy have you thinking that you fucking focus and that you're tapping into gifts and shit when you're high and drunk. No, girl, you're parasitic. You're vampiric. That's what's going on, sis. And you're pulling energy and you're fucking these people up that you're reading. And that's why all the people that are following you got fucked up as lives too. I told you I watched a girl that's talking about, oh, there's people putting curses on y'all and people coming out. Yeah, it's true because I was having nightmares and shit. No, bitch, the bitch get high when she doing a reading for y'all. She be on Percocet when she be reading y'all. She be drunk, acting like she's possessed by spirits when she reading y'all. So mama's pulling y'all energy to then give you her energy. And it's why it seemed like after she gave 5 readings, girl, mama now she's traveling the world. And then you 5 people that she read, y'all miserable. Y'all sick. Oh, I'm having a serious bad, like I got fired from my job. Yeah, because you gave her your fucking energy. And that's how that works. So that's what I said. I'm not saying the shit because a bitch is a hater, because bitch, like I said, book is big. A bitch is booked and busy. I'm never a hater because what I want, I get. If I wanted to be top notch, bitch, 100 bit, whatever, I can be that if I wanted that. If I wanted that. A bitch is never a hater. But bitch, the truth is the truth and a lie is a lie. Ain't nobody secured being high and drunk to tap into their gifts to give you a reading. I want to have full control. I want to remember what it feels like when I'm giving you a reading. I want to be able to connect you. And that's another thing too. People who are high or drunk, that is a false sense of emotion. They become extreme with their emotion. That's not real. When they're sober, they wouldn't cry that much. When they're sober, they wouldn't be happy that much. When they're sober, they wouldn't connect with you and be emotionally connecting and caring. That's a false sense of connection. So they're not ultimately connecting to you when they're high or they're drunk. That's a fake connection. But like I said, girl, y'all do what y'all do. It's y'all money, y'all business. Girl, it's y'all business, girl. Honey, y'all do what y'all want, girl. I can't tell. I've advised people in the past. People didn't give a fuck. Bad things happen to them. And they're like, well, I should have listened. Yeah, you should have, could have, would have, but you didn't. That's my business, bitch. Next story. Honey, sorry. I don't want to be, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But girl, it is what it is. You knew what it was. You didn't give a fuck. And you said, well, I'm going to go over here. Well, enjoy. Because mama giving $10 readings because she needed to buy that next bottle of wine. She needed to buy that other bottle of Patron, that Hennessy. So she was doing $10 readings. Yeah, go ahead. You supported her drunk. Go ahead. Girl, you don't want to come over here and get a $200 reading, girl, because we were tapping in and building up. We were giving you clarity and making changes, clearing out the ways for you to make decisions and putting all the things that are coming on hold. You didn't care for that. You said, no, fuck that. All I got is $10 for clarity. The fuck? Girl, you might as well download the tarot app and read your damn self. That's the case. Because that's what you're doing when you're getting readings by these crackheads and alcoholics and Percocet pill poppers and shit, snorters and all that, girl. Hello? You getting read by an AI app, honey. Hello? You getting read by a app that gives tarot spreads and shit. The fuck? The fuck, girl? Talk about you get tarot readings and shit. The hell? Mm-mm. Listen, let me go. Let me go. Y'all need to go eat, honey. Okay, Debbie. Okay, Debbie. Not listen, Debbie. And listen, I've given y'all readings in the past too. Listen, let's correct this. $11, $10, $12. But I'm be honest with y'all. You know, I save my money and I wanted to go out to eat. I wanted to go spend, go get a pedicure, go get my nails done. I wanted to go see family. I wanted to travel to Northern California. Girl, that's $80, $90 in gas to go up there and do that and come back home. You know what I mean? Sometimes covering a hotel, that's $189 a night. So of course I'm gonna say, girl, I need $80 more. Let me see. Let me do a $10 reading. Yeah. Like I said, my money don't go on drugs and alcohol. So I've definitely offered $12 reading, $25 reading, $50 reading. Don't get that twisted. But like I said, if a person is an alcoholic, if a person is a pill popper, if a person smokes weed and shit, where do you think your money is going? It's supporting that habit. Where do you think your money going? So that's why they're doing a $10 reading, because they really want that liquor. They're not getting no $200 bookings today, and they still want to go be able to go buy that bottle of Patron. That's $89. So they girl, $10. I could do 9 people for $10, and girl, I could cover my liquor. And that's what they be doing. And there be a lot of people out here too, girl, that be on EBT welfare and shit. No shade, that be out here offering reading shit on government assistance and shit. And I'm not counting that's what your story is. But girl, if you're out here offering services and you're on that shit, your reading should be covering your life, so you don't have to be on assistance. If you're really tapped in and you're really in tune and you're really gifted. Like, girl, you should be out here winning, winning, winning. But you're not because, girl, you get the welfare to pay the rent, and all you need is a little extra money to buy the liquor and buy the weed and shit, and that's what you use the spiritual shit for. So now you drunk out your fucking mind. You got people, oh, I'm gifted, I'm talented. No, bitch, the alcohol is gifted and talented because the vodka is the one giving the reading. It's not you, sis. The weed is giving the reading, not you. Girl, hello? And the same thing that you're doing the weed to channel energy to read people. If you really are using weed and weed is giving you some type of level of intelligence, then why are you not using weed to intelligent yourself to get the fuck out of the situation that you're in? Because it will wake you and say, baby, this is holding you back. You want to get holiday. This is why you can't excel. This is why you're not being the best you possibly could be. It's shutting you down. If weed is really giving you and alcohol is really giving you some type of edge of power, some type of superpower, then I said, why are you not able to tap in? Why are you not becoming the best you possibly can be? Hello? Hello? I'm just asking. In my business. Like I said, I am my story, girl. I'm minding my business, girl. I just want to know for the people what's really going on over there. Because we don't need none of that, girl. Hello? Okay. Anyway, that's it. Nasty. Your blessings come in fast when your body is clean of drug. You said it. And you're able to think. You're able to function. And you're really connected. Like I said, alcohol, drugs give you a false sense of self. When people are high or drunk, they feel like they're superhuman. They feel like they're Superman. They feel like they do anything they want to do. It makes them think that there's something that they're not. So if that works in everyday sense, how the hell is it giving you some type of psychic ability? Like, girl, you're not connected with me. You're also not even caring for me, because if you cared for me, you would do this shit sober. If you truly cared for me, you would do this shit not intoxicated. You would say, listen, it'll be like going to work. You're not going to show up to your job high or drunk. No proof, no fucking class. No class, honey. You're not going to go to work high. I don't want no Burger King worker, no McDonald's worker serving me high or drunk. I don't want a bank teller high as a motherfucker kite serving me. Girl, going to a pizza place, a wing place, a motherfucker higher than a mother. Girl, what? I don't want you servicing me high. That's not even you that's servicing me. It's something else. I want you. Customer service is about you connecting with me. You understanding me as a person. You cannot understand me as a person high or drunk. Come on now, babe. Let's not play stupid here. And a lot of people, they be fucking smart as fuck, but they be doing stupid ass shit. And oh, I get high too. Yeah, girl. Stupid. I get high too, and I reach out to other high people when I want a reading. Stupid. That's why you need a reading in the first place, because you're stupid. And I said that respectfully. Stupid. I mean, nobody high and drunk give me a reading. Girl, if you really care for me, you're going to read me sober. Even if you do like to get drunk out, you're going to say, you know what? Out of respect for you as the client, because I respect your energy, I respect your aura, I'm going to read you sober. But because you don't respect your fucking self, you don't respect me, the fucking client, so you're going to get high and you're going to fucking talk to me. Oh, bro, let me not. Don't even get me started with that, bro. People interact with their kids high. They interact with their girl high and drunk and shit. Girl, that should be illegal. Bitch, that girl, the fuck, girl, connecting and bonding with your kids high and drunk. What type of shit is that? What type of life is that? Like, for real, for real. What type of life is it that you're functioning high or drunk? Your kids are not even getting the real you because you're always high. You're always fucking drunk. Can we talk about it? And I told y'all, my mom smoked weed. I always said that. I'm going to point that out again. My mom has smoked weed since I could remember. But my mom doesn't smoke weed around the clock all day, every day. Okay, it's not all day, every day. It's once in a blue moon. It's when she want to relax. It's when she did the house, the bills are paid, and she want to get away. That's what it is. And I've dealt with my mom high, and I dealt with her sober. And I know the energy. When she's high, bitch, you let her do her thing. Bitch, you don't, hey, mama, can I woo-woo? You don't ask her for a fuck-ass thing when she high. Mama, can you take me? Mama, can we go? You don't ask her fuck-ass thing. You let her do her thing. When she's sober, that's when you, mama, I love you. Mama, thank you. Mama, there you go. That's when the real shit show up. And I knew this as a kid, bitch. I knew this as a fucking kid. Okay, I want to point that out. So it's like, how are you interacting with your kids high and drunk? They're not bonding with you if you're always high and drunk. And a lot of people, they do wake and bakes. They wake up high. They go to bed high. That's horrible. That's sad. That's misery. That's a miserable ass. That's a miserable ass life. I have to get high all day in order to function. When I talk about people who smoke because they're in pain, that's a whole nother tea. We're talking about people who are psychically in tune, allegedly, and they got to get high or get drunk in order to read people and to tap into the spiritual side of them. It's like, damn, bro, have we really have the spiritual community really just lost all its fucking marbles? Like, are we really falling off the rocker? If the people think we're delusional, weird, and psychotic, is it true? Is it true? Are we really stupid? Are we really mentally disturbed people? And people really think it's cute. Nobody's out here protesting. Somebody's upset about it. Ganja magic. Oh, I recommend you get high and do your oh, I'm gonna get high. It helps me study better. Liar, liar. Show me a doctor and a lawyer who got high and they're at the top of their field and they got high while they were going to school to become a doctor or lawyer. Show me and I'll shut the fuck up. Bitch, when I talk about you taking classes and you pass your classes, girl, what was the GPA? Girl, were you going for your bachelor's degree for 8 years? Were you going to community? Did you go to community college 5 years in a row? But you keep failing this one class, two class, three class? Huh? Can we talk about it? Girl, I can't tend to make decisions. I need clarity. Oh, I know why. I know why. You can't make decisions. I know why. And I told you, I won't deal with somebody who's high or drunk. I won't do it. I don't feel comfortable. I tell people that even in my personal life. When you're high or drunk, I will not deal with you. You're high or drunk, I will not have an interaction with you because I know that's not you talking. Friends and family will tell you, I don't judge them. My friends and family, they drink, they smoke, including cigarettes. When I feel like they're on that craving, I'm like, I will not have certain talks because they're not there. They're not there, honey. I cannot go into debt with them because this is not them really giving me a talk. These chemicals have altered their brain, so I'm fighting with a artificial intelligence, and there's no shit with that. I will not. Respectfully, I would tell people if you're high, we're not having this discussion. If you're drunk, we're not having to. Oh, really? Why? Because I'm sober. You're not. So I'm showing up as me. You're showing up as the Patron, as the vodka, as the fucking tequila, as the fucking Bud, Grandpa Kush, Cookies Kush, Pink Marmalade. Girl, what? No, that's not fair. That's not fair at all, bitch. That'd be like me showing up to you tired. I want to have a meeting, y'all. I want to make sure I'm really tired when we do this meeting. I'm shit tired, but I'm still gonna do this meeting. What? That's like me driving tired. What? You can't even drive. You're not supposed to drive tired. Girl, you can't even. Girl, listen. And driving is so easy. You can't even drive high or drunk. Idiots do it. Idiots do it all the time. But you're not supposed to be driving drunk or high. That should tell you something. It's not because they don't want you to be happy and at peace. They know that when you're high or you're drunk, you're delaying your responses. That's I'm like, bitch, I need my people to wake up. I need my people to wake up, girl. I need my people to wake up, girl. Watching shit high and drunk, girl, it makes you stupid. And we can have a reading session all day long, girl. It makes you stupid. Girl, watching movies and I can go watch that movie, but I gotta be high when I watch it. Okay, bitch, we're not watching together then. Oh, I could listen to that, but I gotta be drunk and high when I listen to that. The fuck? So you just that gone? You're that gone? You're that out of it? You lost sense of self? Like, girl, even looking into the ecstasy pills and stuff, y'all. These people be out here on ecstasy and meth and heroin to have a feeling again because they're just so detached from themselves. Even going into, prep and shit and doxy, this shit that be chemically charging and changing the brain cells, girl. They be still out here getting pounded and shit and unprotectedly. Like, girl, what? Ain't nobody out here having unprotected sex or random people but idiots. Clean or not clean. Drug tested, alcohol tested, STI, STD tested. Ain't nobody ever having sex with multiple people unprotected but a stupid person. And I say that respectfully, but an idiot. Okay. Okay. And if we want to be very PC and fake with it, somebody who does not know better or who knows better but choose, oh, excuse me, someone who knows better but choose not to do better. There we go. We'll be politically correct but fake with it. People can't handle the truth all the time. There you go. We'll be that way, girl. PC. People with brain cells, people with real sense of power. We're not out here shutting our shit down. We understand what alcohol and drugs do. And even going back into the day, when our ancestors smoked weed and went into their smokehouse and stuff, girl, they were in a session. They were in a meditative state. They were not out here driving. They were not out here tapping in and talking to the modern day common folk. Hi, I'm high right now. Do you want to talk about your life while I'm high? Girl. And their shit was real. This shit is hybrid. Girl, they've been altering shit since the beginning of time, girl. This shit is hybrid. Y'all are not smoking the same shit that they smoke. They smoke fucking peyote. You're smoking fucking Mary Jane. Girl, what? You're smoking fucking Intiva or an Indica or Sativa hybrid watered down shit, and they smoke the real shit. They smoke the shit that when they smoked it, their whole soul left their body. The modern day person, if y'all smoke that shit, y'all will go crazy. And that's the crazy thing about it. Y'all would go fucking crazy if y'all smoked what the ancestors smoked. With the tampering of the TV shows, with the tampering of the energies on YouTube and TikToks and the stories and the movies and shit you be watching, y'all would lose it. Y'all would lose it if y'all smoked that shit. You would be so out of it. You'll be so, oh my God, I thought I just heard somebody call me a this and that. And girl, you'd be ready to fight. I mean, some of y'all already get like that, but you will really lose it. Trust when I tell you that. This shit is watered down. This shit is to keep you weak, to keep you in and keep you out. Like you're aware of what you're doing, but you're not aware of what you're doing. And ultimately it's shutting down your systems. It's ultimately it's affecting your heart. Don't let them tell you that marijuana does not affect any part of your body. It doesn't affect your heart. It definitely affects your lung too and your brains as well, ultimately. But it's affecting your fucking heart. Your vascular health is affected by fucking smoking, cigarettes, and fucking weed. Anytime you're taking in something foreign and you, that's how when you sneeze, we say bless you. When you're sneezing and coughing, you're also altering the function of your vascular system. So imagine you smoking and drinking all day, every season on a season. You're weakening your heart, babe. You're weakening your heart. Also going into a spiritual perspective, and I promise you I'm done. Your heart is your informational channel. Your heart is where your true essence is at. Your heart has 3 different levels. It is the earth, it is the mid-earth, and it's the heaven. Or it's the hell, it is the earth, and it's the heaven. It's 3 in 1. This shit affects those energies and those frequencies, which ultimately determines how you rise. You're here to rise. You're not here, oh yes, oh, you're high. No, bitch, you're high, right? You lost your fucking mind. That's what they meant to say. You want to lose your mind? Get high. That's what they mean, because you're not rising up and doing a fuck ass thing, or you're getting dumber and dumber by the second, by the day. Each time you smoke, you're losing it, babe. Respectfully. Respectfully. Your emotions are out of whack. Your memory is out of whack. When you're not high, you want to fight people. Oh, I need to get high to mellow me out. No, girl, you need sleep, hydration, and nutrients. That's what the fuck you need. You need to sit your ass down somewhere and get you some liquid vitamins. You need to drink some water. You need to isolate yourself from the outside world until you get your shit together. That's what you need to do, babe. I have anxiety. The weed mellow me out. I have anxiety too, babe. But that's when I shut up my stuff out from the world. That's when I go on a binge and I'm drinking my teas and drinking my herbs and, my osmosis and my damianas and all that good stuff. But that's what I'm doing, girl. My ashwagandhas, my dandelion root, my sea moss, my shea jit. That's what I'm doing, girl. My gaba gaba. That's what I do. I calm my ass the fuck down because of the other people's energies that be having me on motherfucking edge. That's what I do, sis. I get my nutrients. I sleep. I stay hydrated. That's what I do, babe. And that's what you need to do. Oh, I get high because just life is stressful. Yeah, life is definitely stressful. Everybody's stressed out. The fuck? That's what you wanted to be here for. You wanted to stress the fuck out to learn something. The hell? Yes, girl, we all have it. Stress. We all be fucked up. Oh, I have anxiety. Girl, we all have that. We all have a level of being anxious about something. Being anxious is normal. Being overstimulated is not. And first thing you want to check is your motherfucking diet. So, like I said, I'm done. Y'all need to eat something. Yeah, I need to eat, huh? Anyway, bye now, y'all. Love and lights. Okay. Love and light. Allegedly, it's like GMO now. Right there, you go. It is. That's why the government make it legal to smoke. I wonder what would be more beneficial for physically disabled people to manage their minimize their pain. I mean, like with mental hardware and all, beyond yoga, general health stuff, nutrition, all that. Well, I do know this. There is an herb called Arnica montana. There's a whole company called Boiron, Boiron. And this was a company that's been around for a very long time, believe it or not. The information and the knowledge of this business has been around since the 1700s. And they know how to distill or what they call shaken up herbs. So even belladonna is poisonous, but they're able to put belladonna in certain medications to help you with dizziness and all so to get shit. And it works. Can we talk about it for a minute? And so there are other things you could do for pain, like taking foods that are polyphenol, okay, or high in polyphenols. Can we talk about it? Polyphenol. Dark chocolate is one, turmeric is another, grapes, strawberries, berries, nuts. These are all the same because your body needs to be moist. Berries hydrate your body, which stops inflammation. Inflammation is caused by dryness. Hello? Alcohol is hydrating, but it dries you out. It causes inflammation. And so, either way, people get into alternative medications, people knowing the body, what the body needs. You know, we were having this conversation, y'all. I'm really going to be done. I was talking about this, right? And I was reminded by this. My sister had 2 weight loss surgeries. And as you know, the weight loss surgeries affect your gut. And the microbes in your stomach affects your brain and everything that's in your body. So it sends signals to every part of the body. Your gut is not just your gut. Your gut sends signals to other parts of your body. And so either way, through intermittent fast, I learned this, y'all. When I used to crave a lot of bad shit. And when I started doing intermittent fast, I noticed that my cravings stopped because the microbes in my stomach changed. We're going back into the story. My sister lost her vision completely. She lost her vision completely. And my sister, of course, I did my natural stuff and I, asked her, she trusted me. And she said, I do trust you. Do I believe in this stuff? No, but I trust you to do it. And so, of course, we got white stones like the white onyx and stuff. And this brought the light into her body because, your eyes bring the light into your body. Without your eyes, your body will be dark. Your eyes are really the light source. Your brain, your eyes are an extension of your brain, and your brain wanted to see what was going on in the outside world. And so your brain squeezed through little sources in your head known as your eye socket, and it created the eyeball to see and check on what's going on outside the body. But everything that goes on outside the body also goes in inside the body. Can we talk about it very lightly? And so my sister lost her vision. And of course, we get into the medicinal, metaphysical stuff that brought her vision back. But we were talking about it today because we were talking about nutrition. And my mom was saying that her vision came back through spiritual and physical. So I cannot just say it was all metaphysical. It was all the spirits. It was all the crystals that brought back her eyesight. But what I can say, you guys, is that my sister was put on a PICC line. And this is where they put they open up like your heart, I believe, and they stick a tube in there and they put like this bag, like you get all your nutrients through this bag. And so they gave my sister this bag with her vitamins in it. And whatever was in that bag, y'all, it brought her vision back in 2 days with the help of course, the metaphysical stuff. But like I said, I'm not going to only give that, whatever. I'm not going to say it's only that because it all works hand in hand, the physical and the metaphysical. And so I'm saying all this to say is that nutrition is really what we all need. When you're lacking something within your body and you develop some type of illness of the body, you have to get into nutrition. Were you taking cartilage? Were you taking fish oil? Were your body inflamed? What were you putting into your body? Because your body becomes what you're consuming. If you're consuming a lot of sugary, fatty foods, your body becomes inflamed. It becomes flimsy. If you're consuming stable, wholesome foods, your body becomes whole, it becomes stable. And so, what are you ultimately feeding yourself? And I always think about this when I see people in a wheelchair eating McDonald's and shit. I'm just like shaking my head, like, girl, let me mind my business. But, girl, what? When people out here got their kids ADHD, oh, he has blah, 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 and you're feeding them McDonald's. I'm like, what? Make it make sense. Oh, she has a behavior issue, but you're feeding her fucking hot Cheetos and Capri Suns and shit. Like, what? Like, I'd be so confused, y'all. People out here be, oh, I'm upset because I'm on all this medication from diabetes, high blood pressure, blah 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 blah. And you go look at what they're eating. They're eating big ass pieces of cake, big ass chocolate. Every time they eat, they're eating cookies, ho crackers, chips. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. You got, and same thing with that. People being sick. I'm losing my mind. I'm mentally unstable. But I'm gonna smoke weed. I'm gonna take Percocet. I'm gonna drink alcohol to calm myself down, to soothe me. What? Like, girl, make it make sense. And so this is what it comes down to. Nutrition. We all need hydration. We all need nutrition, and we all need rest. When you're hydrated, when you're resting and restful, and you're filled with nutrition, because you can still eat your candy and your whole host and your McDonald's, but are you taking your multivitamins? Because a lot of these foods deplete you of your vitamins and nutrients. Can we talk about it? This is what it comes down to. So you're pacifying the pain because you're getting numb temporarily. You're pacifying your pain with weed, Percocets, all this little baby. Okay, I got to end this video because this little dog he about to get checked right now because he doing a lot. And the whole time I'm here talking, y'all, he thinking I can't see what the fuck he doing, but I'm watching his old ass, his 96-year-old ass, 91 years old ass, honey. Nevis is 13 years old, y'all. So I'm checking his ass. Hello. He doing a lot. Okay, grandpa doing a lot over here. His old ass doing a lot. So I need to really go. But I need y'all to get it together. Nobody owe you shit. You're sick, you can't blame nobody but yourself. You're grown. Eat your fruit and vegetables. You want to have a piece of cake? Say, baby, I got to take my multivitamins. I got to eat me 3 servings of fruits and vegetables before I eat this piece of cake. You should be having 7 servings, but I'm going to eat this. Hey, once a week, I'm a pig out. I love cake. I love icing. I love cookies. Once a week, throughout the week, I'm on a diet. I'm on a strict routine of eating right. On Fridays, I'm a cheat. That's where it comes down to. Are you eating healthy and you're still sick? Maybe it's the mental issue that's fucked up. Maybe it's the emotional body that needs to be checked. And maybe that's what's going on. Because we hear stories about people eating healthy and still getting fucked up. The emotions are fucked up. The mental body, the spiritual body, the emotional body, it all works hand in hand. It all ultimately affects the physical body. Can we talk about it? The mental, the spiritual, and the emotional ultimately affects the physical body. I need y'all to wake up. I need y'all to tap in. I need y'all to figure out who you are. I need you to wake up that inner you. She's sleeping. The third eye is sleep. She's dormanted, honey. There's only 2 eyes we see on the face, but you have a third one there. Wake her up. Wake that bitch up, honey. Hello. Respectfully, honey. Anyway, y'all, let me go, okay? Let me go, honey. Girl, I love me some ice cream cake. Right. Listen, I'm about to eat my food and I'm about to have me a slice of my cake, honey. I got a vanilla cake with white icing. Hello. But today, guess what I had today? Guess what I had? I had 2 of my woman alives. Guess what else I had today? I had my Betaformin. Guess what else I had today? I had my berberine. Guess what I had? I had my piganol extract and bilberry extract. Hello? Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? What else I had today? I got hydrated. Guess what else I'm gonna have today? I'm gonna have my dandelion root, burdock root, milk thistle, and fennel seed tea right before I lay it the fuck down with my probiotic. I also had a kombucha today. Can we talk about it? See, I'm eating junk food, hot Cheetos, cookies, Kit Kat, and cake, but I'm still eating good in the neighborhood. Can we talk about it? Was that a little too deep? This is why I have my energy. This is why I can cuss or read, dance, play, and do all that good shit at 11 o'clock at night. Soberly. I'm not high. I don't need to be able to tap into no intelligence getting high. I get it from my foods. I get it from my waters. Get it from my people. Can we talk about it? Is that a little too deep? Y'all need to start coming on here like I'm from the South and shit too. Hello? Coming here as a fucking character and shit to be seen at what it is. Girl, bye. Girl, if that's the case, girl, y'all can have her and y'all can have that image too. Hello? Okay. Anyway, y'all. Bye for now. Love and light, twospiritmystic.blogspot.com. And of course, like I said, I'll be checking my emails, honey. I'm waiting on some emails from some people, honey. Hello? I hope you got my emails too, honey. Please check your emails. You have not got a response from me. Please send me an email, okay? Anyway, y'all. Bye for now. Love and light. Good seeing you, Debbie. Your cigarette smokes do stink. Yes, honey. Listen, I agree, honey. I agree, honey. Oh, ooh, honey. I cannot stand it. I'm like, that is a habit where I'm like, I don't understand why people even pick that up, honey. Like, weed stinks too. And the alcohol could stink as well too. But I'm like, ooh, tobacco. I'm like, ooh, but that should be smelling like funky feet and ass. Ooh, and honey, you get a whiff of that, you're like, ooh, ooh. Anyway, bye for now, y'all. Love and light, love and truth. Good seeing you, Debbie and Rasta Riley. Bye for now.